Oh, hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about how I implement the materialized view and make the SQL querying faster than not using it. So recently I got the responsibility of one module to query a data, but the previous version is take 2 minutes to complete the queuing, and it's not make sense, right, to let the customer or user wait for 2 minutes to get just a single bunch of data, and then when they refresh or they accidentally close the tab, they have to wait for another 2 minutes. So let's see the time that this query take before and after implement the materialized view or snapshot. So you can see the green one and the red one. The green one will just take 5 seconds in order to finish loading the data. But the red one that is not implement materialized view yet, it will consume 25 seconds in order to finish loading the data, which is take longer than the green one. As you can see from the previous comparison, you can distinguish the time that need to be taken to finish queuing between implementing and not implementing materialized view. In the next section, I'm going to talk about how this materialized view work in a high level language. From previously, I have shown you the system, and now I'm going to talk about what is that feature for. So in this system, let's say we have 10 million records of students, and in my country, we have 300 district of education. So my features is to display the number of malnutrition students of each education district. So I have to convert these 10 million records into each school and then group by area. In other words, it's say turn 10 million records into 300 records, and it will take 1 minute and a half in order to achieve queuing that data. So this is the traditional feature. User open front end page and then front end call back end in order to fetch the data. And then the back end is will query back end and try to transform data for 1 minute and a half, transform from 10 million records into 300 records. And then it send data back to user. So if user refresh the page while this transforming is doing the job, or change the page, the user have to reprocess this again and again and have to wait for 1 minute and a half. So next, I'm going to talk about how the different process between traditional feature and after implement materialized view. Let's see. Okay, so this is after I implement materialized view into my queuing. Okay, let me talk about what is the materialized view first. Let's say materialized view is like a table to store the answer of the something that you calculate. Okay, for instance, that like in the match card that you have to calculate the equation, you take time like 2 minutes in order to calculate that equation, and then you got the answer. So if the teacher just ask you again with that's the same argument, would you just like calculate again to waste the time, or just take that answer and just answer the answer that you already got? So you might just answer the answer that you have already got, right? Yeah, so materialized will work that the same way. I set up every midnight of every day to take a query 1 minute and a half, and then store the product in the materialized view. And when user open the front page, the callback section will just fetch the data from the materialized view. It will take approximately 5 seconds and 1 second to send data back to user. So the conclusion time of fetching the data is 6 seconds, not 1.5 minutes anymore, because we don't have to transforming the data every time we fetching the data. But like materialized view that I use will have some disadvantage that I'm going to explain. So let's say I have set midnight to update the table, and let's say we have 1 million of student records to calculate the malnutrition student, and then in the midday or 12 p.m. the user update data into 2 million. So the materialized view is using the table version 1, and every time the user fetch the data, they will just fetch the data that based on 1 million record, not 2. Or yeah, it's just a snapshot at midnight. So in order to let user fetch the data from the new table version, we have to wait for another midnight. This picture. So the conclusion is the table is not the real time update. Okay. So that is the only disadvantage of this method. Okay. This is a core session of how to create the event timing in order to fetching transforming every midnight. So at first we create an event and then put the name of event in here at the first intent, and then just set the time. So I set on every day start at 1st July at 25th July at midnight. And this one is the crucial part. It is the crucial part. I mean, because on completion not preserved enable will tell MySQL that to after finish this event, please do not just stop the event. If you don't have this line, this event will just do it for the first time, and then in the next second time will they will not work properly. Okay, after 3 first of code, we follow by do, begin, and end, and decide between begin and end. We will insert the SQL code. At first, let's say we already have the snapshot table name A, so we want to drop it off first, and then we will recreate it new again. And the next code is to create a table A and followed by select like SQL code. Let's say select star from table B, and you can put just SQL code in here, and then this table will create will create data based on the query that you provide. This one. Okay, so here's the code session, and so if you watch till the end of the video, I'm so grateful that you can endure my English that is not that fluently like a native speaker, but this is my first time that I want to to share my experience of technical in this software field while I just working in a small company. So hopefully in the future I will have some topic to share with you guys and try my best to explain. And thank you very much and see you later. Oh, I will drop some link if you want to learn further more about the materialized view. under the description. And okay, thank you very much and goodbye.